Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I have something a little different. So this is more of a project video instead of me just doing something. So let me explain the context a little bit as to what I'll be making today. So the dream took place in a subway, and a certain someone that I know, doesn't really matter who, I had a dream about them, and they were sitting in a subway in a booth across from me, and they had this ring, and it was black, had a white skull on it, pretty big ring. I'm not sure how it would work in real life. I guess we'll find out very soon. And he was just like running it along his fingers, like taking off his finger hair with it, and I guess it had razors in it on one side. That's pretty much where the ring ends in the dream. The only other thing that happened was me and him got into a bit of a yelling match. Maybe real life issues going into the dream, maybe not. I'm not gonna say. But that's pretty much the whole dream. It's pretty much all I remember. It's just the ring, being in a subway and in a booth at the subway. I don't even know if Subway has booths. And the yelling match at the end. Just for posterity, I thought I'd throw that in there for you. But I'm going to try to make it today. I'm going to model it here in Blender. As you can see, I have a new project opened right here. And I'm going to try to model the ring, and then I'll just model it so that it fits into a razor, just like a cheap razor. And hopefully it works. Okay, so right here we have a torus, which is, most of the way of a ring. In fact, this could literally be a ring if you wanted it to be one. So why don't we try to measure the thickness of my hand? I'm thinking we'll go with my thickest finger so that it can fit over any finger I might want to shave the hair off of. That's about 20 millimeters, we'll say. Yep, that should be the thickest dimension. It's approximately 20 centimeters. Okay, so this here is approximately the size of the razor. So as you can see, this is a good amount bigger than the ring. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take half of it and we're going to try to stretch it and contort it to fit this kind of shape right here. Okay, let's try to stretch it out a little bit. Okay, so this is kind of where they'll be sitting. I think we should take both of them and move them in. Okay, there we go. Now we got ourselves like a double-decker type thing going on here. And so the razors should just be able to slot in there and cut my finger. Okay, so now we need some sort of skull. And I could take this straight from Thingiverse, find somebody to just slap their skull model on here, but what I'm going to try is taking a black and white image, extrude either the light or the dark portion depending on if the skull part is white and the background is black, or vice versa, and extrude that, make it a model, export it from my software, put it in here, and hopefully it works. I'm a little fuzzy on the memory. I feel like it was something this simple, or maybe something around this complicated, not with the swords, but like with that type of skull. I'm a little fuzzy on it, but I'm pretty sure it was a more cartoony skull, something that you'd find on a kid's toy or something, so I'm gonna use this one. So if I go and select this file to open, what it'll do is it'll say, okay, how high do you want it to be? As you can see, it's like darker is higher, lighter is higher. Here I want lighter to be higher because the skull is light, and I don't want any, yeah, we'll have some, actually add some light smoothing to it because we want it to, not be like sharp and raggedy. So let's see what it creates. Okay, and look at that. We got ourselves a pirate skull. Okay, and so I cut off the bottom of that model, and there we go. We got ourselves a nice skull model. Yeah, we want it to stick out just enough to be differentiated. What I'm going to do actually is print this as a white ring, and then I'm just going to paint the other parts black. Alright, so now my ring is pretty much complete, so why don't I go print it, and hopefully it looks like it did in my dream. Okay, so it is going to be a little tricky how to print this. I definitely want support, at least here, where it'll be touching the build plate. I don't really want it here. You know what? I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna do 100% infill to add a whole 5 meters to it. So I'm gonna put this in the printer, and we'll see what happens. So the model had some issues, so Gracie here helped me figure them out, and I have a new design. Wow, it looks kind of horrible, but with the size of these razors, it's kind of the best way to accommodate it. I just have to make the finger part smaller. This is a very brilliant idea by Gracie. So guys, if you're watching, congratulate Gracie. Tell her how good of a job she did. I had no idea she knew how to use Blender. Alright, so now the ring is fully 3D printed, and as you can see, you got like the part you put your finger in, and obviously this works a bit better in my dream than it did in real life, but you know, I guess you can kind of grip it like this around this part, this actual ring part, and so what I'm going to do is put these razors in and paint this white. Okay, so now I have the razors in, so it should be fully functional. As you can see, just enough space to kind of move your finger out without cutting any hair off of it. Now I just gotta paint the skull white. Alright, time to paint, and Gracie, as usual, is gonna help me with this step because she's very good at painting. Isn't that right, Gracie? Okay, here, do it. Here's the brush. Okay, can you paint it for me? Yeah, this is one mean looking ring. So now we have one more thing to do, some unfinished business for my dream that now I can finally make a reality. That's right, I'm gonna have to shave some of my finger hair off with this here ring. So let's do it. So sadly, my dream did not have shaving cream in it. I guess my brain doesn't think about shaving cream enough. So I'm gonna have to do this without it. So I think I'll use my middle finger because, you know, feels like the most appropriate finger. Oh, for having this beautiful ring with. Well, did that get any hair? Well, there you go. I got a little bit of my hair off with it. Well, now we know that you can indeed use a ring as a razor. So that's good. At least we know it works. And so with that, thank you guys for watching. I'm very happy now that this ring of my dreams is now complete and I can shave my fingers with it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye now.